Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing this morning? Big shout out to the wrench team this morning. Thank you so very much, gentlemen, for being here. Thank you. Good morning to the Doctor of Disaster and Destruction, Adega Outlaw, Dean Krantz. Good morning, sir. How are you doing? Dave G Sound. Roll Tide, brother. Keely Chow, how are you doing this morning? Roll Tide to you as well. Roll Tide, he says, remonetize Ords Board. YouTube hashtag remonetize Ords Board. Thank you so very much. Keely Chow, Gary Banjo Sandwich Worthington, good morning. More Loki season 2 break out the tacos. Dave Bob, my brother from another mother. Good morning, Dave Bob. Nuance Observer. Good morning. How are you doing? Big shout out to the lady Arwen Avalon. Good morning, Arwen. Psychodorf 9 says, Loki, I'm kind of screwed. What's going on, brother? Explain. Let us know what's going on. Snorted Poopus Cuber, my favorite polar bear in YouTube. Good morning, Andrew Eastman. Good morning, Andrew. How are you doing, brother? Dave G Sound. Good morning, Dave G. Hope you are doing well. Asaj Melody, hey, favorite people, hey to you as well, sir. Good morning. Good morning, brother. Good morning, everybody. Pat Steven Seagal. I'm surprised anybody else could get into the halls of Valhalla with Pat Steven in here. I'm just kidding. Daryl the Derelict, maybe I'm not. Daryl the Derelict, good morning, Daryl. How are you doing, brother? How are you doing? A big shout out to the lovely Sherry. Good morning, Sherry. My two dark side. How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are having a great day. And good morning to the Wrench Team. Project Storytime. Chris Spurge of the Wrench of Wrenches. Mark the Infinitely Tired, the Bash Brother from the South. And the newest wrench, the Fat Wrench. Good morning, Fat Stevens. Oh, hell no. I'm not watching. Yep. Shellback TJC, good morning, Shellback. How are you doing? Mr. Dragon, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great one. Decepticons, Cabe of Villains says, hail Loki. Good morning, Decepticon Cabe of Villains. Book of Soul Assassin, good morning. Me and Decepticon Cabe of Villains had this kind of like a toy off, I guess. We were showing off on Twitter yesterday. He has an amazing collection of stuff, an absolutely amazing collection. It was almost impossible to keep up. I did my best. He's got a beautiful lithograph of some X-Men stuff from the Phoenix Saga too. I saw that this morning. Absolutely beautiful. I've got to throw some of my comic books out there, show off some of the comic books that I've got. I got some nice signed comic books. I've got a couple. I have a couple. I hope you all are doing well this morning and have had a good start to your week. Obviously, the name of the show, Taco Tuesday, and taking jobs away because it's wrong thing. So obviously, a lot of you know about the stuff going on with Peter Dinklage. There's also other stuff going on that people should not have jobs because they don't think right. They don't respond right. They haven't followed in the line like everybody else. I was reading an article the other day about a guy that's not going to get a transplant, a life-saving transplant, because he doesn't agree that everyone should get the jab. I was absolutely blown away by this. How far is it going to go? How far is it going to go? How does this end? What's the end game here? The Project Storytime, Elvira is a has-been. I saw that too. I saw Wild Stallions is pulling down all their music from Spotify because of that. So, how long are we going to put up with this shit? There's going to be a breaking point. There is going to be a breaking point. I don't know what it is yet. There are people that say that, oh, the tide's turning, that the tide's already turned, that things are changing, that because this person spoke up or that person spoke up or people are coming out of hiding. Yes, hiding. People are coming out of hiding and speaking up, and that things are changing. I don't see any of that happening yet. I don't see anything changing. Some people might be speaking up, but most of those people were dead silent the entire time. They weren't in one camp or the other. They were just quiet. They weren't saying anything. That's not these people that have been running their mouths changing their tune. Denial of basic service was one of the first steps that the Yahtzees used before camping and gassing. Secondorf 9 with $5 super chat. They sold me insurance in a state where they can't. I can't pay for kidneys and maybe can't do my new job. That's crazy. They sold you insurance that doesn't work in the state you're in. That's crazy, Psychodorf 9. Is it this work insurance? Let me know, bud. Let me know what's going on. If we can help, we will help. If we can help, we will help. Tallman unfollowed because I didn't agree with Elvira's tweet. It's a war principle. Is that where we're at? Is that where we are at? Are we at a point now where it's just a war of principle? How dare you stand up for yourself? How dare you stand up for your people? How dare you stand up for others? Yes, please, Psychodorp 9, go ahead. Is this where we are at? Is this where the line is drawn? Let me see if I can get you a link, Psychodorp 9. Give me just a minute. All right. Email sent, Psychodorp 9. Are we at a point where, yes, how dare you defend yourself from the mob that wanted to, yes. We each draw our own lines. Dean Krantz, I myself will remember all the people that piled on folks that had the wrong viewpoint. We either have freedom or we don't. All those that bowed down and said, take it, pleb. Are we just going to be all together in this at the end of the day? Because that's probably what it's going to have to take. People have been pushed just about as far as they can be pushed, but I still think it will get more extreme before it gets better. I saw a woman, and we all know who she is, and if you don't, I'll give you a hint. Say that World War II was just white on white violence. That's all it was. And who cares? At the end of the day, that's what it was, and who cares? I couldn't believe that. And this is someone that I absolutely loved watching when I was a kid. I loved watching when I was a teenager. I thought she was absolutely awesome. I thought she was absolutely awesome. And good morning, Nerdporeal Lifeform. How are you doing, brother? Good morning. Snorted Pooper's Keeper, my favorite polar bear on YouTube. I hate to break the news to Elvira, but I was never horny for her. Book of Soul Assassin, that woman was an idiot. She had to backtrack and apologize after. But it shows you how they think. It shows you how they think, and they don't lose their job for that. I emailed, brother. It's in your email. I don't want to name drop you, but it's the one you send me. Look for Stone_Loki. It's there. I'll double check and make sure I sent it. It's sent. So it's in my outbox. Nerdporeal Lifeform, I like TNG episodes with Guinan. Seeing her in Picard makes me think you've got to let go of Picard. Old Mother Abigail in the corn. Get your ass to Boulder. We'll roll Fat Steven down the road on the way. Steven ate all the corn, so I gotta go to Boulder to get more. The person that wrote several papers on the occupation forces of Japan, that woman never heard of the Comfort Woman program that the Japanese military used. What an ignorant person. Whoopi went from Sister Act to Clown Act. WTF, yes. Yes, I did do that. They try to start with little things, but it ends up in internment camps. And this, Nuanced Observer, thank you for pointing this out, because this is something that I had come to terms with. I really did. The reason we liked these actors was only because of the roles they played. In reality, they're just crazy extremists. And I think it's been pushed more and more and more towards this. I don't believe that back when he did Red October, that Alec Baldwin was a bad person. I think that comes with more and more of them believing they should be the one running things. They should be the one in charge. They're the only ones that can run things, and it has to be done their way. And they have to teach us the error of all of our ways. And Sagadorf 9, I can see you in here, but it says your devices are not connected. It's a good question, Archer Collin. Shum, I would like to point out that Whoopi's real name is Karen Johnson, so that makes her literally a Karen. Good morning.
Howdy.
How are you doing, Psychodorf 9? Everybody, Psychodorf 9!
Believe it or not, I'm actually doing kind of okay, but that's sort of the problem. Okay, to backtrack. January 10th, I bought insurance. Didn't get any paperwork, no card, no nothing. Trying to back it up and work things out. It took me till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon to figure out, one, what I bought wasn't what I thought I did. Two, change departments. Three, try to get over to an Idaho-centric insurance. Well, by that time, it was for something and they weren't picking up. I also couldn't call the folks over at Idaho Urologic. So, I've been out of work for about a week. They've made noises. They want me back. Problem is, I don't know if I can actually physically accomplish the fucking job. I need the money to do the kidneys. There's also a few other things. My joints are starting to really throw their 2 cents in. and all I have to do is sleep wrong, and I am a hurting unit for several hours. I may be staring disability in the face. But if that's the case, I should be able to come up with some kind of grandpa job or something. I am currently still getting the alimony check. Yes, I'm the one getting alimony.
Hey,
Yeah,
brother, it's 2020. It's the 20s of the 20s. Who cares? Who cares
yeah,
who
she
gets
was
the
the one.
alimony these days?
Yeah, she's the one that made the money, so I'm the one that gets the payment. I'm also waiting to see if and or when my cut of the house sale falls through. If that happens, screw it. I'm starting a YouTube channel with making things, tracking, and stupid human and or past stories. Maybe a way to start life lessons, that sort of shit. But if my only trackable income is that alimony, I'm pretty certain that's a scary rifle. It's one of two. There's another one over there. Excuse me, it's back there. There's actually three of them. One of them is 54 caliber. Let's see. If my only trackable income is the alimony, I am virtually certain for being able to get onto VA disability, or at least VA health, if nothing else, just for the fact that I don't have an income. Um, and honest to God, it's starting to feel like I might actually have to chase the disability stuff. Um, Feels like cheating. I've always worked my own way. I've always picked the harder path. And here, the harder path may be admitting I'm getting fucking older. Um, I'm pushing 60.
So
Just want to
so
know
uh,
what you.
tell me
Yeah.
tell me about the kidney issues. What are the
Okay.
issues with kidneys?
5 years ago, I had pain. Excuse me. I had kidney stones in the 90s that eventually cost me a job working for a casino because they don't like paying medical benefits. They paid them and then fired me. Um, 13 kidney stones in 1 month, no help. Um, let's see. 5 years ago, I had back pain, got x-rayed, and the hospital folks look at me and, "You're a professional at this, ain't you?" I said, "Okay, how bad is it?" They said, "A centimeter and a half on both sides." So they blew up the one on the right side. I peed chips for a month, walking around with a tube up my junk peeing chips for about
Mm.
a month, almost a month and a half. Here it is 5 years later, and they never blew up the one on the left because it couldn't fall down, it couldn't block the drain tube, it couldn't do any of that. But I doubt it's gotten any smaller. So one of the things that happens is if you actually get thirsty, you're already a quart low on your hydrology. All right. When you start to lose hydration, one of the things that happens is your kidneys lose hydraulic pressure. And if you have stone, they squeeze down on it. So if I so much as get thirsty, I spend between 2 and 4 hours of hating life just having to lie down.
Yeah.
Uh, the last time yeah, I get it. Trust me, Dean Krantz, I get it. I guess the hard part is I am staring in the face of, since I don't have that kind of plumbing, it can't be maiden, mother, or crone. I'm thinking it's boy, father, grandpa. I think I'm officially hitting the grandpa stage where I'm actually getting to the point where I'm starting to lose physical function. And if I want what I know to go somewhere, I have to tell them because I'm starting to hit that wall where I can't do all of it. That's just kind of where I'm at. Everything else is just, like I said, it was the insurance. They tried to sell me the company great, had great customer service, but come to find out, Idaho has different laws. The state itself has a finger on how they do insurance. So you have to apply to a company that is state approved. And I wasn't able to do that. Also, I'm going to run out of time where time off from the last job, enrollment stops at 60 days. And I'm starting to hit that limit switch. So, what I think I'm going to have to do is okay, I will inform the folks at the fire truck assembly plant. But honest to God, I don't know if I can physically accomplish the job. I need the money to have the procedure done.
Yeah.
What also sucks is I'm under $1,000 for paying off the car. Not close. So that's where I'm at. Today I was going to be calling off the procedure, informing work, probably by text, see if they call me, and over this next week start the procedure for getting into the VA because I'm starting to think that's the only thing I can afford. Get a disability rate, see where I'm at. I know y'all think I have like one of the coolest jobs ever. And it's a job I can do. It's a job I'm good at. But since the coof, I can tell I've lost lung function. I get cold air or dust gets past the respirator and I'm wheezing and coughing and having trouble sucking in enough air to make it. That's not something you want when you're sanding doors or generating aluminum dust. I hate getting older, but it beats the alternative.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was me yesterday and kind of me today because I know y'all knew that I was going in to start a procedure, and I'm kind of on the horns of a dilemma, which never has just two.
Yeah. No, it never does.
So what I'm looking at is weirdly, if I am in okay, I've got 2 months of operating capital. I'm still getting the alimony check. If after that I can manage to earn as much as $300 a month, I'm clearing minimums. That means I'm not buying anything on Amazon. I'm not, buying another firearm. None of that shit. But that will come. Is it weird? I've always been one of the most not functional, but
there are times, brother, where we've all gotta rebuild. It's not that we're starting from square one. It's that we've got to move back a couple of spots and reevaluate everything and rebuild. And that's not a bad thing. It's
no,
not something to be ashamed of or to be nothing like that.
Understand, dude. I've been homeless twice. If you count drowning, I've been dead for a little bit. If you count arrows, I've been shot once. I've been homeless twice. I've been divorced twice. I've buried 5 love affairs. I've had a couple of low-speed motorcycle screw-ups. And I've been injured by every major class of power tool known to mankind. So this is more a mental game of one, all of y'all, I love y'all for the concern, but it's a matter of getting my head not necessarily right because I think I'm at a right place.
Yeah.
It's just different. Okay. I have rebuilt my life twice now. I know the procedure. Doesn't mean I dig it.
No. I know. I totally understand.
And that's where I'm at because some of y'all have asked. Okay. Like I said, it's one of those where all I got to do is sleep wrong and my hip hurts or my shoulders ache or whatever. I think the cartilage in my joints is starting to go. which
Oh
means
yeah.
standing on your. Well, I mean, there's a spot in my hip that has no cartilage. Hasn't since I was 3. Had a nurse give me a shot of penicillin in the joint of my hip. I hallucinated for 3 days and couldn't walk for a week. Um, and if you move just exactly right, there's that spot where the two pieces of bone click past one another, and it's a really nifty experience in pain. Um, this is where I'm at, staring at a job where I'm going to be on my feet for 9 hours a day after an hour drive there and an hour drive back. Yeah, yeah. I'm currently in a decent spot. Okay, like I said, I have 2 months of operating capital. Um, I'm gonna contact work, see what they say, because I told them what was kind of what was going on, and they talk like they want me back. It's just I don't know if I still have the horsepower left to do it.
Yeah. No. I know.
So it's this. That's where I'm at. Y'all wanted to know. This is me. This is the easiest way for me to explain it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I get you, Dean Krantz. Yeah. This is one of those where
And this man right here, a Dega
yes,
Outlaw.
yes.
Um,
Well, understand. At one point, I could pick up one end of a 6-foot pool table. I
oh,
used to work
dude,
out on a slack. I used to work out on a slack chain, if you know what that is.
I lifted up. Okay, so when
With a
I was
rebar.
when
I've heard.
oh that escort, that Ford Escort.
Okay. I know
My
there was
my
a job where
my
you were.
we had a rental when I was still playing football before I got my knee blew out. We had this rental car, and it was a little Ford Escort. I literally picked up the back end of it and moved it in the garage. I just reached down. I had my back to the trunk. I lifted it up and I turned it sideways. And when my mom came out to use it, who turned the damn car sideways? You're not supposed to have keys to that. I said, I didn't have keys to that. I just picked it up and turned it. She's like, you're going to blow your belly button out. Blah, 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 blah. But yeah, I couldn't hope to do anything like that now. And it's not because I'm older. It's because when I had that accident, when I had that bike accident, I lost a shit. I was on a couch for a year. You have no idea what that does to someone when they're just like damn near immobile. The only time I got up was to go to the bathroom. That's it. I lived on a couch for a year, and I was in pain, and I was pissed off, and I was smoking a certain grass, and that's all I did. That's all I did. And it was this. Ladies and gentlemen, it was this that got me up off my ass and got me moving again. If it wasn't for this, I don't know where I'd be. I wouldn't be back on that couch because that couch is gone. But I really don't know where I would be right now. I have no idea. I could be homeless if it wasn't for this. But at the time when I started this is what got me up, and this is what got me off that couch every morning, and this is what and yes, boards.
Love it. Okay, well, my question is, okay, I can do things like, have you ever seen it's a tracking box. What you do is you set up a box of dirt that you plane like it's concrete in your environment. You take a dowel, preferably with like a rounded edge, like a broomstick. You put a piece of tape on it, and you do an imprint once a day for a month in this box. And that shows you the weathering and how tracks age where you're standing. Okay. I know a little bit about tracking. I've taken courses in geology through college. Um, I do archery, I do shooting, I do reloading, which you can't do on YouTube. Um, there's so much stuff that I could probably do on YouTube. Things like stitch and glue construction, taking a sheet of plywood and turning it into a kayak, stuff like that. This is the kind of stuff I can do. Minor car repair, fixing a dent in your car, minor welding, minor woodworking, how to fix a cracked tub, without having to call somebody. This is what I'm considering doing. It's not just one thing, it's just part of it's life hacks, part of it's just stuff that you can do. Because, I mean, how many people know how to track a rattlesnake? How many people know what badger tracks look like? When they were when the older folks that had the land, they went back and tried to tell me the importance of this here stake. I said, yeah, that's a land marker. Hell no, you don't move it. I mean, it's my time was part of my time was civil engineering and survey. We were walking back. I said, there's been a four wheeler come through there. They said, yeah. I said, it was going that way. They went, how can you tell? I said, because wheels push grass down in the direction of travel. And I had been walking through rabbit trails and stuff and things just in the backyard. And Sid looked at me and went, well, okay, you're a hunter, because I didn't know that. And he's been a groundskeeper for 30 years.
Huh. Wow.
I'm not an expert at much, but apparently I need a kitty cam. That's Tinkerbell, by the way. Apparently, these are the things that's been. I blame you. These are the things that have been tickling in the back of my head. Where if I've got the car paid off and the minimum's paid for, this is the kind of stuff. This is the kind of things I'm actually thinking of doing. And it's not, hi, this is the woodworking channel. It's putting on a camera and taking you guys out to go like stump shooting or rattlesnake hunting in parts of Idaho. That sort of thing. It's just a scatter shot of stuff. Fixing the dent in the car, making that canoe, making a woodworking bench. Stuff like this is what I'm actually thinking of doing. And who cares if I get more than like 5 people watching me? I don't give a damn.
Well, that's the way it starts. That's the way it starts. You know what? If I was going to talk tomorrow about some YouTube stuff, but I'll throw this out here today. It always starts with a whisper. It always starts with a whisper, and then it gets louder.
And the beginnings start with a blow of the horn.
That's right. That's right. And it's everybody after that doing that you suddenly raise to a crescendo of holy shit, people are holding their hands over their ears because it's so loud. It never people get so impatient. They're like, well, I put out 5 videos this week. Why is my channel not, running? It none of that matters. None of that matters. Getting your content out there, having it there for people to see, being consistent and being yourself, authentic. If there's one thing I've learned doing YouTube, it's that there are already plenty of people that are not authentic. They're giving you something else. They're giving you something they think you want instead of giving you authenticity. And I will never be less authentic. I will never give you half of what you're going to get. I'll always give you 100% authenticity. I will give you my unfiltered opinion. I will tell you exactly how I feel about something. And I won't filter that through some kind of bullshit because I think you guys can't handle how I feel.
Well, all right. I've been a field herald in front of 5,000 people just using my voice. I'm used to doing what you do, but with a very small audience. I guess I guess it's a case of I don't know if I can hold that much interest.
Pat
But
Stevens
apparently,
Gall with a sorry, Pat Stevens Gall with a $2 Canadian super chat. Arwen alert red. Tsunami warning from typing. That was my keyboard. It sounds just like hers, but yeah. But gotta love people that love mechanical keyboards. I should have some kind of whisper keyboard, but I don't. I like my
nah,
mechanical keyboard.
I
And
like them
thank you,
loud.
Pat Stevens Gall.
All right, that has been a long and wandery explanation, but it's just now you know where I'm at. Okay. Some people were wondering. That's where I'm at. Okay. So, um, more updates follow when I have them. Also, what I'm going to do is I've got what about 3 hours worth of kind of content like this, stories and shit, that I'm probably going to put up on a not StreamYards, but Dropbox or whatever that I'll throw you a link to. Um, you can use it or not. You can see. Okay.
Daryl.
All right, fine. I'll see about doing it. I'll see about pulling the trigger.
Do it. Do it. You know
What you're
what?
gonna
There was someone. I'll tell this story real quick before you. There was someone that was interested in doing this. They really were. They were very interested in doing it. They wouldn't pull the trigger, and they had talked to me about it, and I finally said, look, either you do it or you don't. Stop being a pussy. And stop making excuses about technology. You can do this with a headset. You can do this with a phone. You can do it on a laptop, which you have all of. There's no reason to make excuses. And last night, she was on Toxic Femme with Lorena Creel and Tom Connors and had an absolute blast. And I'm very proud of our Battle Angel Heiress of Chaos. Why? Because I said, hey, stop being a pussy. You've got all the stuff you need to do it. There's no reason to make excuses. And she said, you know what? You're right. And she made a channel and she's kicking ass and taking names. I'm very proud of our
my
Heirs
whole
of
thing
Chaos.
my whole thing is I've been earning a living. I've got a job, and perhaps now oh, snort. Perhaps now this is the excuse. This is the universe kicking me in the ass, going, "Okay, get your ass out there." We'll see. Like I said, let me find out where I'm at, but I'm closer to actually doing this than I ever have been. So, all right.
Arwen too. Arwen, I didn't call Arwen a pussy. But Arwen's been getting herself
No,
out there
no.
too. People get themselves out there. I remember when Pat Stevens jumped on the DC fandom event, and I got to meet him for the first time. And Project Storytime. Project Storytime has been a wrench for so many different people. He has kicked ass. He has taken names, and now he's got a channel that he's ramping up. I'm so amazed. I'm so amazed that we have so many creative people in this fellowship, in this community, in this group. So many talented people doing so many kick-ass things. I
Okay. Did
know.
anybody
I regret that DC fandom event so much, Fat Steven. I'm sure I do.
Mm.
Only
Well, the
because
question
I'm
is,
weighed down by your gravity, sir.
oh, okay. That's kind of where. Okay, unless you want a stupid human story real quick, I'm kind of
Oh,
done.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. We got time.
Okay. It's one that's in the vaults. We had a driver. This guy loved to do a neutral drop in a 10K dump truck. because he'd hear all 8 of those tires chirp on those double pumpkins. He was famous for this. And his whole thing was like, drive it like a rental. Someone else will fix it. It's a government truck. And I always had this sneaking suspicion because karma's a thing. Well, the truck had just gotten its annual. We were pulling it out of the paint booth, and we drew this asshole. Okay? So he hops in, throws me the bird, and I'm sitting here going, one of these days, the universe is going to teach you something. So I hear him rev it. He goes to do his neutral drop, and instead of what I hear was racket a runch crack racket a flung up back and back.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's it. He just dropped the training.
No. The motor mounts failed. Engine and transmission spun on a now no longer moving drive shaft. So as
shit.
the motor is tearing itself apart and shredding itself at the engine bay, there's that half-inch cold rolled steel shifter. Now, in the process of it going around and tearing a new asshole in the floorboards as it goes by, it hit him in the middle of the right femur and then popped him a couple times as it went by. Now, anybody, yes. I have seen a mid-shaft femur fracture where it was 2 orthopedic surgeons and 2 big orderlies. They had this poor guy doped up to the point where they had to remind him to breathe. They started to pull that leg, pull traction so that the bone ends weren't doing this. He woke up and was fighting 4 guys.
Yeah.
So mid-shaft femur is a major owie. So, like I said, I'm amazed this fucker's still conscious. When I open the door, tears are streaming down his face. He's like, can't even talk. He's like, and I'm sitting here thinking, okay, what I said was, okay, I'll go get help. What I'm thinking, I gotta help this asshole now. So I go and contact my sergeant and do something.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's when you've got a cast, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if anybody out there has seen this before. Basically, you have a cast all the way up past your ass cheek. It's like the entire leg is cast.
Yep.
So it's you can't bend your leg, you can't bend your knee, you can't twist it. You're screwed for the duration of that cast.
Sometimes literally, because they will put pins in to pull traction on the bone.
Yeah. No. That's what you get.
There's another one where, 5,000-gallon fuel truck came in. Have you ever dropped a box on the corner and it perfectly telescopes in?
Yes.
They did this with the 1/8-inch steel toolbox on the corner of the truck. Now, I don't know about you, that takes skill. So we're all looking at this. You got a whole bunch of mechanics going, so, we can braze a tab on it. We've got the forklift over there. Luthi can get on the torch. Jake, our German national, can get on we'll put Jake on the torch. Luthi goes on the forklift. So this is what we did. So they're heating it, and there's like a guy on there with a sledgehammer, and they're yanking and cranking on this, and the metal is red hot, and something doesn't seem right. Now, industry standard, this is a fuel truck, right? What's supposed to happen is it's supposed to come in either full of water or having been steamed for 12 hours. Something isn't acting right. The truck isn't moving like it's. Hold on a second, guys. So I squirrel my way up the ladder, open it up. Oh, boom. Okay, Jake, cut the torch. Yeah, thank you. I'm not moving. Now go get our shop super. So he goes off. Shop super comes by. And if you've seen the scene in the court gesture where he's pulling the diaper down to show the birthmark on the baby's ass, that's what I was doing with this lid for about 2 hours. Okay, here we go, Sergeant. Diesel. Yes, okay, good. Your duty station is right there. Yes, sir. So he goes away. First shirt comes up. Yes, Diesel. Okay, good. Blam. He goes away. 20 minutes after that, there's a driver, excuse me, an operator for that squadron comes up walking. Now, he was walking funny because he was missing about a pound and a half of ass. Anyway,
Oh.
yeah. So, show him what's going on. He's like, yeah, I heard. Close the lid. Truck goes away. Truck comes back 24 hours later full of water. And on my very last day, they're pulling this truck out of the bay. I watch him take it. Operator took it, went to fill it, and ran the hose reel on the bottom right into a curb so that hose reel goes. Didn't even make it out of the trans compound before they effed it up again. And I was like, okay, boys, later. Beat my happy ass out of there. Got my ass on the plane.
You have a great day, Ords. Thank you for dropping by, brother. Thank you so much for dropping by. We love you too, brother.
Okay. All right. That was it. Stupid human story done. I'm out.
Later, brother. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for hopping on.
No problem.
And brother, we're here. You need anything, you let us know.
I'm not going to pull that trigger unless I actually get in deep shit. Okay. But
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. I've never, no matter how dark shit's gotten, I've never run a GoFundMe for myself. I'll run it for other people. I've done, we do fundraising and all kinds of stuff. But no, I know exactly, unless it's like that or homelessness, I'm right there with you.
On the day I dedicated myself as an Asatru, actually not a Asatru, but in the Northman's pantheon, I called to follow Thor, which means you're kind of following Odin, but let's not go there. I called to follow Thor. I did not ask to get saved because that's disrespectful. What I said was there's things a man can handle and things a man can't. What I need you, meaning the gods, to do is carve me enough space where I can stand or fall on my own 2 feet. And if you can't do that for me, hell, I take all of you.
That's right.
And that's how I closed my ritual. A friend of mine was like, yeah, you'd have made a good Viking.
Then to hell with you. I've heard that before. Yeah, if you don't listen, then to hell with you.
Well, and that's kind of it. Because I mean, it's okay. No man is expected to fight the hurricane, but I can.
Some of us have.
Yeah, right.
Some of us have.
A hurricane, you dance with it.
If you can imagine about 20 years ago, Loki standing out on a pier in the middle of Galveston Island while fucking Hurricane, whatever it was, Kate or whatever it was, bashed the shit out of Galveston. Me out there like Lieutenant Down. Come on, you motherfucker! Woo! Yeah. That was stupid.
I've actually done that in a blizzard. One of my times of being homeless, I was at 5,000 feet in a state park with a tent, and it was like it is now 20 degrees or so. I couldn't get the tent up, so I just started a fire next to the bike. Yeah, I had a motorcycle. So I started a fire next to the bike and slept in my duster.
Project Storytime Dance with a Hurricane reminds me of some dates I've been on. Yes.
There are some folks out there. Okay.
Live is not thriving. It's merely surviving, standing outside the fire. That's right.
All right.
And Loki versus the Hurricane. All right, brother. We're getting out of here. We're both getting out of here. Valhalla. Yep. Stay safe. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And we'll be back tomorrow with some YouTube knowledge. We're going to be talking about how you don't treat your subscriber base. A little information for G4 as they're going through the pitfalls of having to deal with the consequences of their actions. Everybody take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.